One guy I wanted to ask you about is Kyan, obviously coming in from Colorado State, had NCAA tournament experience, things like that. When you were looking at his game, what stood out to you about his style as a guard and just the different elements that he brings to it?
Yeah, the versatility, just his ability to be able to, from an offensive standpoint, make plays, whether it's with the ball in his hand coming off ball screens or off the ball actions, whether it's flares or staggers or wide pins, and just his versatility on the offensive end, being able to do that. He's an excellent defensive player. You talked about him already been in college 2 years and the success that he had in the NCAA tournament. So him coming here not only brings a high level of skill from a basketball standpoint, but also experience, and it's something that we were looking for.
One thing that people often point to when it comes to him is the high three-point percentage as well.
Yeah, I like that too.
You kind of see that, maybe opening, and I know this is a new team, but how do you kind of see that opening things up for you guys offensively?
I think, from an offensive standpoint, people talk about spacing. The only way that you can get spacing is have good shooting. You could put 5 guys and spread them out all over the floor, and if they can't shoot, they're going to be 5 defenders in the lane. And so you have to have guys that have the ability to shoot the basketball. Throughout his career, he's been a great three-point shooter.
With Caleb Wilson, just in general, obviously everybody knows he's talented, but what are you most excited about what he can bring to what you want to do on the court?
Yeah, from a basketball standpoint, I think you guys know he's just uber talented. His length and his athleticism, he can handle the basketball at that size, finish around the rim, shoot, mid-range, defensively, can do a number of different things. As much as I can talk about how impressed I am of him on the court, I'm even more impressed of him as a kid and a teammate. Everything that he talks about is never about him. And I mean that. Like, everything that he talks about is about the team, and it's about North Carolina. Everything. And for someone who highly ranked coming in here to not only talk about it, but only really be concerned about the welfare and the benefit of the team is something that is rare. And it's something that I really enjoy and love being around every day.
Hubert, continuing, just going back to, building this year's roster, y'all have a lot more height this year, going with Henry, bringing Jiren back, returning James Brown, such. How much for a team that, and you emphasize rebounding and talk about how important it is in games, how much easier, or how will it change how you guys play this year? How much easier will it make knowing that you have a bunch of height to rely on in the post and running y'all's offense and defense?
Well, no, I just, obviously, the added height that we have in regards to defensively, but I would also say the versatility to be able to do different things on the defensive end. In order to be good, you got to defend and rebound and take care of the basketball, but being in a position to be elite defensively on both ends of the floor. I talked about, defensive rebounding percentage, but a huge staple of Carolina basketball, even before I was head coach, with Coach Williams, was offensive rebounding. And so that's an area that's a major emphasis for us. And, having that positional height, having that height in the front court just allows us to be able to do that and do the things that we want to do.
Hubert, Jiren's going to be able to give you guys a lot on the court, but just from a personal standpoint, how cool is it to bring in someone who was such a big local star just down the road a year after you did the same thing with Drake coming from Northwood?
Yeah, it is. It's I've known Jiren and his family for a very long time, and so thankful that Jiren decided to come back here and to come back home. He's a great kid. He's someone else that had a burning desire to be a part of this program and a part of this team. Him being at 6'10", one of the things that really impressed me last year when we played him, was his ability on the defensive end. They put him on RJ, and he did a really good job getting around screens at 6'10", and so his versatility defensively of being able to guard multiple positions is, he's a really good three-point shooter, terrific size, and so it's very hard to find that in your town. And so I'm so happy he's here.
Was he guarding again during the alumni game?
Huh?
Was Jiren guarding RJ again during the alumni scrimmages?
We're not allowed to watch, so I don't know.